Hey, Greg, can you speak to the performance tonight? And, at this time of year, something you guys really needed was the performance to come out and sort of say that you guys are in this fight here.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Again, I thought, an emphasis for us tonight was controlling the midfield, controlling the ball, not putting ourselves in difficult situations, but also getting the ball moving a little bit quicker. Defending as a unit, right, making sure we were connected as a group and moving together as a group. A lot of things that, we've done well in spurts during the season, but I thought we did them well over larger stretches of the game tonight, which is the key. You can't just do it for 5 here or 5 there, and today we put it together, and we took our chances, which got us on top of the game, which has been a positive formula for us. When we can get the first goal, then we tend to roll a little bit better.
And I guess the challenge is finding a way to replicate this next week. How do you do that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's we'll set up again for next week. Another tough opponent. Every game in this league is difficult, but I think just respecting as a group the work that it takes to get a result in every game, doing it for 90 minutes. I thought the ball moved nicely and flowed from guy to guy quickly, which is when we're at our best. And again, defensively, we moved together as a group through large stretches of it. So. And we executed when we got our opportunities on the counter or in the break. We executed the goals and got ahead of the game. So things come together. But I think our team is, the group is very confident in what they're capable of doing. Today, I thought we did a nice job of controlling the midfield, especially with the ball, which is something I've talked about a lot. And we're getting a little bit healthier, and obviously Ricky will come into the equation next week, and Victor was feeling a lot better and had some time in the last couple weeks to recover and felt a lot better today and this week. And those players make a big difference for us in our ability to connect through the midfield and make good solid decisions. And obviously Gaston is getting more fit now that he's getting in. He's settling in, and Marky's doing Marky. So when all that happens, it's a good formula for us.
Sam, I thought, had one of his better games as a Galaxy player. Your thoughts on him?
I did, yeah. Sam had, over the course of his time here, he's gotten himself into a lot of those types of positions, and he just, unfortunately, or lack of execution sometimes in some of those moments, but he's been able to get into those positions, like the second goal where he's been able to curl things to the back post and he's just missed, or things like that. And tonight he found the back of the net on the transition. He's probably one of the few guys that can keep up with Kevin, so he was able to get to the backside, and great look from Kevin to put the ball in front of Sam, and a good finish, because that's not an easy finish. The goalkeeper coming across the goal like that, to be able to put it a little bit higher as the goalkeeper was going low, was a good finish. Sam's been putting in a good shift, and I think as he continues to mature and his game is maturing, he's having less of the emotional breaks and little things in the game, and he stays connected. He's a good player, and so just, again, a little bit of that final product for him, and I think he can be highly effective in our league.
I had 3 shots, 2 goals, and a penalty kick.
That's efficient.
That's not bad.
Yeah, we'll take that.
I thought Vancouver certainly created a situation where you guys could run, but then your passing was just so good that you were able to really carve them up. Yeah,
they play in a pretty strict 3-4-3, and so their wing backs don't typically find the back line too much, which means their 3 center backs cover a lot of territory as a line of 3. So if you can move them around and you can hit some of those passes to your wingers and guys from better positions, then it becomes more difficult for them. If you can counter and get behind their midfield group, it becomes difficult, I think, for the 3 a little bit, and we found some joy in both of those. But again, one of the keys for me through the game is being reliable in our possessions, not having turnovers right in front of our back line, or we had a couple, but our reactions to deal with it were good. But you're going to do that in a possession style. You're going to have those moments, but we had fewer tonight, and we reacted better when the moments that we did.
Last time this team scored 4 goals in the first half, Bruce was still coach. April.
Did that come in a championship season, or
no? It was 2016.
Just looking for parallels somewhere.
But it was also a 5-2 final.
Well, so, there you go.
But that's as good a half as we've seen from this team.
Yeah, solid, mature, controlled. I thought it was good. Again, I think we've been through a tough stretch, and a lot of it came out of the international window from my perspective, and we had our midfield has been a little bit decimated over this stretch for varying reasons, and I think one of the keys for us is we get guys healthy, we get Ricky in, we get our options in the midfield, which allows us to play a little bit more within our vision, our style of having the ball, and that worked out for us tonight. Now we have to get back to preparation for a tough game next week and find the solutions and play a very mature game against a really good Seattle team. And we've got to do it one at a time for 10 more games. That's kind of our approach right now.
Greg, it looked like you guys were a little more comfortable in the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-3-3, however you do that. Is that the most comfortable for this team? Do you see that sort of setting up, especially with Ricky coming in and sort of maybe filling in for where Victor was?
Yeah, I think anytime you're a possession-style oriented team and you want to keep the ball, move it, players have to be relatively close together. You've got to have connections through the middle of the field because you got to get from one side to the other side. You got to play between the lines. You got to find guys who can face forward between the lines and release your wingers, things like that. So you've got to have those connections through the middle of the field, which means you got to have some numbers at least inside of there and some connection. And so this is why I've been kind of harping on the midfield thing for a little while, and some of the challenges we've had just from a physical nature or availability or things like that. And so, yeah, I mean, a guy like Ricky adds to that, the quality of that midfield, no doubt, and he's also a slippery, quick, fast-paced ball's always moving off his foot, and he's moving, and it becomes a dynamic where when the ball's moving in one touch, two touch off of these guys, and they're moving through spaces, it becomes very difficult to defend, and we saw certainly flashes of that tonight, and obviously Victor's eye for the final pass and his quality gives you that piece that Ricky will also bring to ours, which is just that feel for the final play and the final action.
With Sam and Kevin on the outside and all the speed, you've talked about that, but that's a different look than what Douglas Costa can bring you.
Sure.
You set him on the bench to start the game. Are there times when you think that having Douglas Costa in the starting lineup is going to be the better play instead of having maybe the straight line speed with Kevin and Sam?
Yeah, there's going to be moments, again, when we looked at this game, the 3-4-3, and the fact that 3 was trying to defend the full width of the field. We wanted a little speed, guys who could run the channels. We looked at it slightly, as a different way than having an inverted player, per se. So there'll be moments where the right solution, it might be an inverted guy versus somebody who's looking to play as like a true natural winger like Kevin did today. So we have different looks for something that we might feel can work for us. So tonight it worked out.
We're going to go with one question on Zoom with Charles Holmes. Charles, go ahead.
Hey, Greg, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. We can all hear you.
And congrats on the win. Just following up on some of these other questions, it seems like you have the shape that you like. How do you feel about it on the defensive side? Because it seems like there's still areas maybe of concern there, even on a night like tonight.
Yeah, I think that's something we've got to continue to work on as a group. It's not just our line. The first goal is a situation we should certainly deal with, and we don't. Look like a miscommunication on a play that was a pretty direct, straight ball. But it's something that we have to continue to focus on as a group. I think, our qualities and our ideas on the attacking side are there and clear, but that's why it's so important that collectively everybody who's on the field, regardless of position, needs to be involved in the defensive side of the game, and we need to make sure that we stay connected and that we support our back line, that we don't just have attacking guys that want to attack, but that everybody has to stay connected. So things that we'll continue to work on and continue to add some focus to for sure, but it helps us and it takes some stress off the back line. When the front guys get opportunities, they score goals, and that helps our back line to protect themselves a little bit better sometimes.
Thanks.
Hey, Greg, congratulations on the win. Kevin seemed to find a lot of joy over there on the right-hand side. Probably the most dangerous I've seen him in a while. Did you guys work on something different in training? Was there something spoken about, or just, in general, the team came in with a little bit of a different mindset today?
Well, a couple of things I think are at play. He's more comfortable on the right side as a true winger because he'll attack the end line a little bit more, and his speed becomes a real factor. When sometimes when he's on the left side, he tend to come inside a little bit more, and we don't necessarily get the full length of the field and the full benefit of his pace. And certainly there was some, with the way they played, there was some space for him to run into. There was some channels to go. It also helps when our possession's better in between the lines, because then someone like him, he can time the final runs, he can set things up. It comes off of the possession. I think he's always finds ways to be dangerous in the transition. He's probably, for me, one of our most dangerous players in the transition, because he reacts quickly and he goes and he takes off. And I've rarely, if ever, really seen the guy tired. Maybe last week in Kansas City was the first time that I've seen him tired. Otherwise, he's pretty quick to get going in the transition, and he works hard back on the defensive side. But today I thought he had a great impact in the game. A lot of that, I think, helped him, that there was three in the back and a lot of space to attack for our depth runners, and a couple of those transition moments were important for us, but also important for him to have the opportunity to have an impact on the game.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Victor, just that first half today, I thought the team looked as good as it has all season. Your thoughts?
Yeah, for sure. You're right. I think it was great performance for everyone. But even that, I think you can see when we get casual, we concede goals so easy, you know. Of course, the performance was amazing. All the guys were working really hard. We knew that it's 11 games, that it was 11 games to go, and we have to win at home, because we were conceding many goals at home. We were losing many games at home, and today we show that we are there, that we are a great team, we are a good team, but we have to start the games on this way, like aggressive, with confidence and trusting in each other. We're going to do mistakes. Everything is going to be sometimes not as you want it, but today was a great performance from everybody.
Victor, it looked like you guys were comfortable in the formation, 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, however you want to sort of put that out there. Is that, do you think, the best formation for this team? And maybe you can talk about Kevin and Sam on the outside providing so much speed, a lot of width, and some great finishing yourself as well.
Yeah, what we try always is we want to dominate the midfield, you know. And the last few games, I think we were playing more like with many strikers, maybe, you know. And because I wasn't there, also other guys they were injured or whatever. But when we are like three players on the midfield, I think we play more comfortable. We play faster, we move the ball faster, and also the strikers, they get more time. And then also they can make this kind of run like Kevin and Sam, they did today. And then everyone is playing like more free, I can say, because we feel like this is our way. Also Greg, he knows already, and we know already he prefers to play with three midfielders because that's the way we want to do it, and today it works. And hopefully now also with Ricky, it's going to be even better.
Hey, Victor, what was the attitude of the group coming off the street? You guys had a pretty tough stretch here lately, but what was the talk in the locker room heading to this game here?
Yeah, the talk at the end, it's always the same. We have to believe in each other. And when you are like, we got these two losses in Dallas and then in Kansas, that again, you are trying to come up, but then you drop again. It's hard because the confidence, you lose the confidence again. And I know it's hard because it's almost not the end of the season, but it's only 10 games to go. And what I say always, we have to keep believing on us. It's all about us. It's not about the other teams. It's about us. If you perform good, you're going to win games. And today we show it again.
We have one more on Zoom, and then we'll go to you, Edward.
Hey, Victor, I heard that your son is here visiting you today. You got a goal as well. First goal this year, I think?
Yes.
Yeah. So tell a little bit about your son being here and also scoring the goal, maybe.
Yeah, for me, you know, it's first time to have my son here. I'm so proud. Also, he bring me lucky. First time he's here, I scored my first goal of the season. And yeah, I'm so happy to have him, to be with him around here, to spend time with him, because it's hard when you have your son back in Barcelona. It's so far. It's the first time that we are not together, and it's hard. But now it's time to enjoy together. We are enjoying together. He's enjoying, and when he's happy, I'm happy. That's it.
How old is he?
He's turning 9 in 30th of August.
What's his name?
Leo. Hopefully, he's doing well in Barcelona. He was playing at the school. Now he's changing maybe to another team. He's scoring a lot of goals, and so happy for him also. He's doing good.
We're going to go on Zoom with Charles Boehm. Charles, if you can hear us, go ahead.
Hey, Victor, can you hear me?
Yes.
I know you've talked a lot about Ricky these past few days, but I wanted to ask you what you think he brings to the table in the system that you showed today, and your knowledge of him as well. Like, can he lift the collective that we saw today to another level, perhaps?
Yeah, of course, everyone knows Ricky Puig very well. He is one of the talented players that Barcelona brought the last couple of years. He's going to bring a lot of great things. He's a young player with a lot of hunger. He's intelligent, he's smart, he plays fast. It's going to be great for all of us. You know, we need some players like that on the team because the way we are playing soccer is the way that Ricky also likes. And then it's a good addition for sure. Hopefully next week he can get some minutes. And for sure, we are so happy to have him here. And we're going to try to help him as fast as possible because it's only 10 games left. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully he brings this quality to the team and this also hunger. And also coming from Barcelona, for sure, he's going to come with a lot of energy and a lot of also like belief and everything.
En español, Edward.
Víctor, ya has hablado de esto en inglés, pero ¿nos podrías decir qué es lo que tiene que hacer el Galaxy para que tenga más noches como esta en los siguientes 10 partidos?
Pues como dije, creer en nosotros mismos. Al final, como dije al principio, es tener confianza en nosotros mismos. Sabemos que van a haber partidos más complicados, partidos donde no se nos da como quisiéramos. Hoy se nos dio todo de cara. Marcamos goles muy rápido, la gente tenía mucha confianza, estaba saliendo todo de cara y al final es la mentalidad también, es el carácter, el salir a ganar el partido. En nuestro campo, en casa aquí, en LA, siempre tenemos que salir a ganar el partido, no tenemos que salir a esperar y no podemos conceder goles como estábamos concediendo antes. Y yo creo que hoy se demostró la reacción del equipo, el hambre que tiene el equipo porque queremos estar en esos playoffs después de, no sé ahora cuántas temporadas, pero unas cuantas temporadas sin estar ahí. Y bueno, es una buena victoria para agarrar confianza, como dije, y ahora tenemos otro partido el viernes que es mucho más difícil que el de hoy seguramente, que estamos ahí los dos equipos luchando por entrar en playoff. Pero bueno, son 10 finales, hay que tomárselo así. Al final son 10 finales, no son 10 partidos. 10 finales donde tienes que ganar las máximas posibles para estar en los puestos de playoff y pelear por el título.
¿Y qué tan emocionado estás de que venga un jugador como Ricky a agregarle a este equipo que parece que está levantando en esta recta final?
Pues bien, como dije, va a ser una ayuda para todos. Al final es un jugador joven, con mucha hambre, con muchas ganas de hacerlo bien, con ganas de demostrar en la otra parte del mundo el tipo de jugador que es. Solo tiene 23 años, puede darnos muchísimo, tiene mucha calidad, es muy inteligente, es joven, tiene toda la fuerza del mundo y le vamos a ayudar en todo. Jugadores como yo, como Chicharito, toda la gente que tenemos esa experiencia, le vamos a poner todo lo más fácil posible para que él ayude al equipo y al final va a ser una pieza clave porque jugadores como Ricky en equipos así va a adaptarse muy rápido a pesar de que solo quedan 10 partidos y es como todo muy rápido.
Última aquí con Robert.
Víctor, felicidades por la ganancia ahora. Greg mencionó que justo ahorita te estás sintiendo mejor al 100. ¿Cómo consideras tú que va tu físico? ¿Y fuiste en busca del gol hoy día o nomás surgió y lo tomaste?
Bueno, lo primero, físicamente no estoy al 100 tampoco, esa es la verdad, pero hablando con Greg esta semana, él prefería tenerme en la cancha. Yo le dije que si él prefería tenerme en el campo, pues yo estaba preparado, que iba a darlo todo hasta que mi cuerpo aguantara o hasta que yo sintiera que ya no podía más. El partido se dio de la mejor forma posible y bueno, al final, lo que dije al principio también un poco, al final tener un jugador más en medio del campo nos da esa seguridad de tener la pelota más, mover la pelota más rápido, ya sea yo, ya sea Sasha, sea Dani Aguirre, sea Ricky ahora, cualquier jugador. Al final necesitamos jugadores en medio campo que ayude a mover la pelota rápido. Y el gol al final, todos saben, yo no busco el gol, yo siempre busco intentar dar asistencia a mis compañeros. Hoy se dio así y estoy muy contento y sobre todo, como dije, por mi hijo que está aquí, me trajo suerte y muy feliz, sobre todo más por él que por mí.
Muchísimas gracias, que pase bonito con su familia.
Gracias, muy amable.
Gracias por tu tiempo.
Gracias.